Hello, welcome back to Bronze 4 of the Bronze Guitar course. We are going to be using a different right hand technique today, just to have a bit of a change and to get start to get used to the different ways we can play the strings. So we're going to plant our fingers. So like we did a little bit in the first Bronze 1, we're going to put A on the top string, on the top E, M on the second string, I on the third string, and we're going to put thumb, P, on the bottom string. Now, broken chords are chords. You might have seen people playing guitar like this. Chords. Okay, and some of them have got some funny names, and I'm going to give you those as we go along. And the first one is called E minor. So that's the E with a little M after it. And legato. So legato is a word for playing nice and smoothly with no gaps between the notes, without playing short and crisp. The word arpeggio, which you see at the top, is the musical way of saying broken chord. Broken chord is when you play the notes of the chord one after the other instead of strumming. Okay, so first one goes like this. It's P-I-M-A. Now all you have to do is take those fingers off in that order. If you've got them all on to start with, and we're going to go P, I, M, A. I'm not using rest stroke. So if I angle my hand around and give this a try, you can see that all I'm doing is I'm kind of closing my hand up. So have a look to see where my fingers end up. My hand hasn't moved. My fingers have gone from that position to that position. That's all that's happened, but one at a time. Now what's happening is all the strings carry on vibrating, so they blend into each other. And a chord is really two or more notes at the same time, and what happens is even though you're playing them one after the other, you can still hear them all mixing together. Nice and gently. Don't get your fingers hooked underneath the strings, because that will make a horrible sound and it'll be much more tricky. So nice and gentle, and try to get it nice and even. Now that's legato because all of the sounds just run into each other. We're going to try a different technique now called staccato. The second one, by the way, have a pause the video and have a practice of that. So hopefully you've got used to putting the fingers on, thumb on the bottom string, on the 6th string or bottom E, these three fingers I, M and A planted onto those three strings, top three strings. And now we're going to try and do this staccato. So it's kind of the same notes in the same order, but we're going to stop each one. And how we do that, we put our fingers back onto the string after we've played it. So you don't end up with your hand closed this time, you end up with your fingers back where you started, ready to go again. So let's try and get my hand where you can see it clearly. I, M, back on, A, back on. Okay, and that's E minor staccato. Pause the video and have practice, see how you're getting on. Okay, so the next one is called A7, and that's a chord where we've got to put some, well, we're going to just put one finger onto one string on the second fret. We're going to use our second finger, and it's second string, second fret. Now, look at all the space around my fingers. My thumb's at the back. I'm going to be squeezing so it looks like that if I took it away from the neck. And close to the fret bar. Now if I'm touching that string slightly, or if I'm doing that, if my hands are closed, it's not going to come out clearly. So I want to use the tip of my finger, loads of air through there. And let's see if I can make the strings. Now it's the same pattern except that with this hand I start with my thumb on the A, which is the fifth string. There we go. Okay, now that came out nice and clearly because I was using the tip of my finger, plenty of space around, and I'm not touching any of the other strings. That takes a bit of practice, so pause the video, give it a try. Okay, the last one is called a chord with a funny name. It's just a group of notes I've chosen, but to give it a name, it's actually G major 7 / D. Don't worry about that, but it sounds like this. Second finger, second fret, but this time on the top string. I'm starting with my thumb on the fourth string this time, D. Did you notice how close my hand stayed to the strings here? It's hardly moving. I'm just closing my fingers up nice and gently. So this is the legato version. The Italian word for playing nice and smoothly where the sounds just continue into each other. And staccato, short and crisp. That's a bit of a challenging one to practice before you come back for bronze 5.